Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. It is week 1 of February 1988. It's Thursday night, and the AWA is cruising down I-80, heading towards Omaha, where we will have our next big tour show. However, we're going to stop off at Omaha South High School, and we are going to do a spot show there for the Omaha South High School Booster Club. We're going to help them raise some money, and they have a big gym. If I'm correct, we should be able to get about 3,200 fans into this spot show, and it is looking good. So as you can see, the venue is already booked, and we're going to check our backstage incidents. The only one here is Larry Zbyszko. And look at this! Another one who's willing to put Tom Zank over. So add Larry Zbyszko over to the Tom Zank fan club. Let's see who's missing tonight. The only one is Brian Knobs, who is out injured, and also Kevin Kelly, who is also out injured. So let's go ahead and take a look at our card for this spot show. We have a 6-man tag match, so we're only going to run 5 matches for this card. In our opener, Dukes and Jammer are going to face the Texas Hangmen. Johnny Rich is going to challenge Colonel DeBeers. Pat Tanaka is going to face perennial light heavyweight contender Steve Regal. And Sheik Adnan al-Kaissey and the Russians will face the Guerrero Brothers in a 6-man tag match. Not a trios match, but a 6-man tag match. And in our main event, Jerry Blackwell is going to face Bobby Duncum. That one could get out of hand, everybody. So you know what time it is, and of course, I know what time it is. Let's get to booking. All right, here we go. And of course, we have Dukes and Jammer, and they are going to face the Texas Hangmen. These two teams have faced each other many times, to the best of my recollection, and they will continue to face each other many times because that's how they get better, is to continue to wrestle each other. So we're going to leave this one open-ended. We'll let the AI decide who's going to win. And I just got back in town. I was out of town for a couple days, and I went out to my summer place. It was warm. It was very summer-like conditions. I got myself a wicked little sunburn. And of course, I finished reading Brian Blair's book, and boy, was that a terrific book, and what a great insight into 1980s pro wrestling. So if you have not had the chance, make sure you pick up that book and read it, because it is terrific. One of the most disappointing things I found in the book, not disappointing in the book, but just a sad thing to read, was the fact that he claims in the book towards the end that Paul Orndorff faced abuse from his family and neglect. And by abuse and neglect, I mean they weren't feeding the guy, and they weren't giving him his medication. So very, very not good. Horrible situation there. And Colonel DeBeers here is going to get the win in this match. And it was just a very sad thing to read. You got to wonder if this was something that took place for a long period of time and didn't contribute to Orndorff's early demise at 71 years old. Of course, we know that he suffered from dementia that then turned into full-time Alzheimer's, but it was just a real shame to read it. Also, I got the chance to start reading, and I read 100 pages already into it because it's that darn good. It's Sheik Adnan al-Kaissey's book. Wow, what a life did that guy have. I'm only 100 pages into it, and my mind is blown. I don't want to ruin it for you, but he was originally from Iraq, and then he traveled to the United States where he got himself a master's degree. And then he ended up traveling back to Iraq and staying there for a little while. Of course, this was during the rise of power of the Ba'ath Party and the consolidation of power of the Ba'ath Party. And of course, we all know who ended up taking control of the Ba'ath Party and then later taking control of the country as the president. And that was none other than Saddam Hussein, who Sheik Adnan al-Kaissey actually knew from school and had a personal friendship and relationship with. So it is a very interesting book, and I've It's one of those books I found where it's difficult to put down because you want to see what happens next. Okay, so we have Pat Tanaka and Steve Regal here. And of course, Steve Regal is going to get the win. And it's going to be a technical masterclass. So we are up to match 4 now, which is our big 6-man match here. And that is going to be al-Kaissey and the Russians versus the Guerrero Brothers. And this match is going to go 25. Our main event is not. I don't think Jerry Blackwell can go that long, if I remember correctly. So here's the Russians, and we're going to go ahead and put in the Guerrero Brothers. And then, of course, we're going to put in Eddie here. There's Eddie. All right, so this one is booked up here. We're ready. And we are going to give Chavo the win here. That is a fun 6-man. That is strength and power versus speed, mobility, and agility. That would have been a very, very good match. Okay, so our main event is just going to go 18 minutes here. And it is going to be Jerry Blackwell versus Bobby Duncum. And I'm sure that these two met each other 100 times between the 70s and the 1970s in the AWA. But they're going to meet one more time here. I don't think we've put either of these men into the main event. And so we're going to do it here. And we are going to have Bobby Duncum go over. And of course, he's going to win by cheating. So we got a big crowd for this spot show. So I wanted to make sure that we gave them a respectable finish here. All right, so we usually give about 100 and... it's just over an hour and a half. This is okay. We can run with this. We can run with this. No problem at all. Let's go ahead and start the show. You know what? Let's tweak this. Let's see how long Blackwell can go. Okay, Blackwell can go here. So 20 minutes is fine. Got 100 minutes, just over an hour and a half. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and start the show. Let's see what kind of score we can get, everybody. I absolutely, in case you haven't been able to tell, I love doing these spot shows just because it mixes things up and there's so much fun. You get to do so many different combinations that is not, per the script, so to say, of the tour. All right, we're going to start the show now. And there we go, red text of doom here. Got a whopping 34 overall. And the Hangmen, of course, get the win over Dukes and Jammer. Next, hey, not bad, 57 overall. DeBeers versus Rich. And we got that holding back business going on. And DeBeers is fatigued. All right, moving right along, Tanaka versus Regal. Regal gets the win. This score is a little disappointing, only a 59 overall. But I suppose Pat Tanaka is probably getting dinged pretty good here for inexperience. He also doesn't have the popularity in the Midwest region. And again, it's a spot show. So we sold out. 3,200 fans showed up. And this is big money for the Omaha South High School Booster Club. There, look at that on a spot show. Great score, great score, great score. 81. The Guerrero Brothers get the victory. Chavo takes over al-Kaissey in that German suplex. And a very nice score. Let's see what our takeaways are. And there's the holding back business, but none of that for the Guerrero Brothers because the Guerrero Brothers do not hold back. All right. And we're continuing on to our big main event here. And 78, I'll take it. 85 and a 60. Bobby Duncum gets the win over Jerry Blackwell. And, of course, Blackwell gets penalized for stamina. We got some holding back business, and we have some inconsistency. And how does Blackwell not have the psychology for a build? Come on, Blackwell's been around forever here. He knows what he's doing. We're going to make sure to take care of that. Like I said, I was never a fan of Jerry Blackwell, but I do respect the guy. And the more I read about what other wrestlers say about him, they say that Crusher Blackwell was the real deal. So I am forced to respect him, especially in the AWA. And at some point here after this tour, we will release him so he can take the helm of his own company. But we'll try to bring him back. It might take us a little while, but we'll give it a shot. We're going to work it and see what we can do. All right, 76 overall, not bad at all for a spot show. Nice little payday for us. So let's move along here to the next tour date, which is once again going to be in Omaha. So we're just moving a little bit across town. I think we're going to run in the Civic Auditorium, if I'm correct. And there is our card, our big main event there of Oliver and Summers against the Midnight Rockers, of course. And let me show you something here, folks, in case you've never done it. You can go into the into the editor here and go into workers. And for those of you that are new to TEW and for those of you that are new to this save, this is your lifeblood because there's a lot of inaccuracies in this game, and you do have to edit your way along to make things realistic. Okay, check this out. So they have Jerry Blackwell at only a 67 for brawling. That's BS. Jerry Blackwell could brawl. So that's more like an 80. His psychology, too. Jerry Blackwell had been around for already over 10 years at this point. So his experience, I'm going to put 82. And his psychology, I'm giving it an 80. Because the guy knew how to work matches. He was a huge monster that could have killed people. And he didn't. Because he knew what he was doing. He was also very safe. So this is also low right there. And stamina, Blackwell could go. He was an AWA guy. He could breathe. And his athleticism was freaky. So Blackwell is all jacked up here. And he shouldn't be. And his charisma was pretty good, too. So, now we got that fixed up. That should make a difference in the Jerry Blackwell matches. I actually feel bad that his stuff was that low, because that's not deserved. All right, let's check it out. DeBeers is tired, wants some time off. Cool. And, uh-oh. What do we got going here? Are we perhaps signing Steve Kern? It looks like we just signed Steve Kern. Uh-oh. Are we perhaps looking to sign Stan Lane? Are we maybe going to have a reunion of the fabulous ones back in the AWA for the first time since '86 here? I don't know, folks. This could be what's happening. You're going to want to stay tuned. All right. That's going to do it, folks, for us for this episode. Thank you for tuning in to this spot show. It was exciting in Omaha, Nebraska. We'll be back tomorrow with tour date number 13, which, of course, matches this one of spot show number 13. And we'll be in Omaha, Nebraska. You saw that card, Oliver and Summers versus the Midnight Rockers in the main event for the World Tag Team title. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure to give us a like and share this video with your friends. Also, go to facebook.com/groups/1987 Supermod. Join us in discussion about all things of the 1987 Supermod. And last but not least, if you would like version 7.0 of the Supermod, remember, I'm only playing version 6. Go to braddrake.net, drop me a line, and I will be more than happy to send you over the link to our Google Drives page where you can download not only the picture pack, but also the database. Thanks, everybody. So long for now.